All right, good morning to you out there. My name is Obed Jerry, and this is a newspaper review here on TAV TV. This is where we get to discuss with people on the streets. We get to see their reactions as regards the headlines making rounds on the paper. And we are the streets of Port Harcourt at the moment, like we've been doing for a long time now. Yes, you can also be a part of this show. Do well to subscribe to our channel if you are yet to subscribe. Do not turn on the notification button, connect with us across all our social media platforms so that when we drop videos like this, you get to receive our notifications. Well, before we discuss with people, let's see the stories on the papers. Let's see what the stories look like. First, we'll be looking at the Daily Sun newspaper. We could see as headline here, it reads, "Tension as Bayelsa community shuts Shell flow station." Sub-story under that reads, "Government cautions against closure of oil facilities." Details of this story is found on page 5. Bell tolls for Edo Deputy Governor. Sub-story under that reads, as 21 of 24 assembly members sign impeachment notice. Details of this story is found on page 26. Bloody day in Benue. Sub-story under that reads, family of 7, 38 others killed in gang clash. Details of the story is found on page 4. Appeal court bars EFCC from retrying Kalu. Details is found on page 5. Soldiers kill 5 ESN members in Imo. Rescue 15 hostages in Zamfara. Details is found on page 4. Court vacates orders sacking Abure as Labour Party chairman. Sub-story under that reads, Obi will not leave party over smear campaign against national chairman, says Ifo. This is found on page 26 and 27. Tinubu orders immediate release of grains to FCT residents. This is found on page 6. Killing of farmers, Senate takes case to Tinubu. This is found on page 27. Neya Kalu Foundation donates study materials to St. Saviour's School, Lagos. This is found on page 6. Police arrest Cameroonian, 8 orders for illegal gun manufacturing. Recover arms in Benue. This is found on page 5. You can see here it says, Tinubu, African leaders, diplomats, others hail AFDB President Adeshino on our Leadership Award. This is found on page 26. Open grazing in Abuja to end soon, says Wike. This is found on page 28, and that's all we'll be taking on the Daily Sun newspaper. And moving on, we'll be looking at the Nation's newspaper. We can see here as headline. It reads, controversy trails killing of 30 in Benue. Family of 7 wiped out. Details is found on page 23. Southeast Commission will end Indigo marginalization, says Uba. Details is found on page 4. 21 of 24 lawmakers signed Shaibu's impeachment notice. Details is found on page 2. President pays glowing tribute to Herbert Wigwe. Details is found on page 27. Alleged 7.1 billion naira fraud. Federal government loses bid to reopen trial of Orji Kalu slot. Details is found on page 2. We see admin story here reads, outages. Minister threatens discos with license revocation. Sub-story under that reads, willful non-performance won't be tolerated. Willful non-performance won't be tolerated. Distribution companies, TCN summoned. Details is found on page 3. Tinubu, Awolowo's legacy, principles live on. Details of the story is found on page 28. We could see here it says, NPA plans $1 billion port reconstruction. One, Warri, Calabar, others listed. Details of the story is found on page 4. And lastly, we could see here it says, appeal court voids order barring. Appeal court voids order barring Abure from acting as Labour Party national chairman. This is found on page 27. And that's all we'll be taking on the Nation's newspaper. And lastly, we'll be looking at the Punch newspaper. We could see here as headline, it reads, 30 killed in Benue, fresh attack. Senate to meet federal government. 30 killed in Benue, fresh attack. Senate to meet Tinubu. Details is found on page 18. Blackout. Federal government threatens to revoke Disco's license. Details is found on page 20. CBN printing of 22 trillion naira under Buhari fueled inflation, says Edun. Details is found on page 20. We see here the main story here reads, 24 states can't pay salaries without federal government allocations, says budget. Sub-stories under that reads, 24 states to pay 1.48 trillion naira salaries in 2024, but generates 914 billion naira IGR Governors advised to boost IGR. Ondo, Yobe, Sokoto, Plateau, Niger, Nasarawa, Adamawa, Cross River, Delta, Abia, others affected. Details of this story is found on page 19. Adeshino wins Awolowo Prize, says low productivity cost Africa $2.6 trillion yearly. This is found on page 19. Lawmakers accuse Shaibu of leaking government secrets. Begin impeachment. This is found on page 14. Driver in custody for killing Abia Poly graduates. This is found on page 4 and 5. JTF uncovers 30 illegal refineries in Rivers Village. Details is found on page 14. And that's all we'll be taking on the newspapers for today. Now let's get to see reactions of people on the streets. Let's get to hear what they have to say. Stay tuned. All right, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Welcome back. I would like your thoughts on the Punch newspaper that says 24 states can't pay salaries without federal government allocation, says budget.
Okay, so the 24 states, they've mentioned the states that cannot pay salary without federal government allocation. Then I would ask, what is the reason of creating those states? What's the reason of creating states?
And what do they use their revenue?
Yes, what are they using their revenue? Or is there no revenue? Why can't federal government now come in and make the fund? They are funding, but it's not enough to pay the salary. And the labor, they are increasing their wage. Say you must pay them so thing. Why? Because the economy is bad. The gross revenue that the state generates cannot even sustain them. And that's why they are running to a bank, accumulating debt on the people. If they cannot borrow, they cannot generate. How do they survive?
Exactly. And why are they independent states?
Independent states. Why? And they are collaborating to create more states.
When these ones
cannot survive on their own. So, if the state cannot pay on their own, they depend on federal government. Why not enlarge them?
Exactly.
So the ones that can be able to pay,
so that they can survive.
They can survive.
Because the main essence is just for everything to go properly.
To go properly.
More than 200 types of
so, and they mentioned my own state, the Ebonyi state, and that is why I am so concerned. And if you come for election, you see people dying, losing their life, leaving properties, so that they can get to the position to be the leader of the state. Whereas you look at the state, the treasury is empty, no positive. So I'm of opinion that the federal government dissolve those states that cannot on their own
and merge them.
So they remove subsidy on fuel. I say they are getting more money. As the money come into their pocket, they will swallow it. The state governors will swallow it. That is why the economy is bad. You make more money to swallow, whereas the people are dying for hunger.
Exactly, because since the removal of subsidy till now, we've not seen any increase in the economy or positive impact.
That is what I'm saying.
So it's more like when we were having subsidy, that petrol was cheap. It was like the economy is better than now.
Yes, so the people come on their own, feel free, without depending on the government.
Exactly.
Do you understand? On their own, they can survive. But now everyone is looking onto government for survival. And the government is not doing anything. So, my opinion, let federal government look into it and dissolve those states that come on their own without. If they cannot, if the federal government stop sharing this allocation, that means the state will do what? Will die. If there is anything that happened to the federal government, this thing, sharing formula, the state will do what? So,
but one last question now. If they merge these states now, many people will lose their jobs because they would have to reduce their cabinet, their senatorial and ministerial offices. Now, Is it possible to combine one state's total ministers and office holders and another person, and then they would have to have one governor and one deputy governor? And if they merge two states, there are two governors at the moment.
Yes, if they merge
or maybe the best person from there too.
person will come. That's one. Two, who is there? We're now looking into those areas that they are lacking. Then you create a very large state that cannot survive.
What is now the essence?
That is the essence of it. So let them reduce the number of states, let them emerge it, and then look into the revenue before creating what? States. Before emerging the state, let them look at their revenue, their capacity of survival. Yes, they can carry, then they can match. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I would like your thoughts on the Daily Sun that says killing of farmers. Senate take case to Tinubu. We just heard that they killed over 30 persons in Benue State.
Yes, so that thing was very shocked when I hear about this. I wake up early morning. Nah, I just see people dying like a fowl. You know, when a person like a fowl, even if I say that they safe more than the human being. So this thing, I really appreciate that the Senate to take it very serious, not to do caricature or bobo you stock, to carry them, go present, so that they will know that they value the human being is more important than any other thing. How can somebody come wake up with the full security around the community, the environment? They say they are killing 30 people. Are there no security people around there? What is the duty of the security? They are paying them. They are not holding them like the other people they are holding. But they're supposed to be active in their duty. Okay, in that community, based on in that area, yes, in that post, are there not security posts? All this army, exactly. No checkpoint, no police officer, where you can respond immediately. Even though you cannot capture everybody, but at least you make a sign. But this is so tired. That means insecurity are full everywhere. We are scared of many things. Even people where they say they secure us, we are scared of them. Because of these 30 people. Look at the family of people. If you look at this, one full family wipe out. You don't come out for the head. The full head, where God great. How will you tell this story to God self? Where God will understand? Even God not going to use the ear, they hear this thing. The person where in great, you human being, come and wipe out 30. How much? So it's very painful for this community, for this country. Make Tinubu stand up as the hear about this thing. Hear about this thing, you hear about it. Because they action immediately. Look at the farmer. They are killing the farmer. If you kill the farmer, how can the farmer bring fruit?
Exactly. And you know that people that are farming in Nigeria are very few.
Normally, if you come to this our side, very few. They are not. But if they try to make up to the community, to the Nigeria, so that thing will come up, yes, you know, so that people will have something to chop, and then you go and wipe those people. How would the other people, the few people left, can be able to go and farm and bring the resources? So they will be scared of themselves, and they should be want all this boundary. Whether the money, whether what do they call? Yes, they should stay away or stay in their own place, carry their cow, go their own place and do, not to come to our own place and schedule the farmer. Everybody. Now I want to talk on this based on this song where my guy say, day your day. May everybody day their day. May nobody worry nobody. So that everything go well. Somebody go see waiting to do and to make this Nigeria good go well. That's so that if you think so, you can active on it or possess that thing. Not somebody will go, you think of, you reason what you go do to make Nigeria beneficial to others or anything beneficial to others, and then another person go to come destroy. It's no good now. That kind of thing, no good. Make our Senate, if they are serious, not be to just sit down, they do play matter. That place is not play matter. To rule the nation is not a play matter, it's a more serious something. So they make sure say people they safe and they take this matter to president, and Jagaban will stand up and get up and do something before something do another things. So they may take action. That is what I need to tell him, so that they will stop all this killing here and hardship everywhere. Everything increase. Because when farmer no bring the crops, many things will increase. More important than Nabeleo. na belle be important. Na belle be important. So may government, Senate do something so that this thing will stop.
Now, one last question. We could see that 80% of the time when all these kind of killings are happening, is happening in these villages, rural communities. Do you think it's because of the government, federal government is not giving attention to those people in the village? Remember that they don't have good electricity, they don't have good water, they don't have enough facilities for them to cope. And then maybe it's because of the hardship that is making them do all these things, or because of the attention that the federal government is not giving them, or because of it's a political reason. What do you have to say about that?
Number one, number two, where I see there, the few they see there. Number one now, because of the appointment where government never give them, based on waiting the demand. Number two, now political part, because some policy they play there, politics they under there, where they say push. Some people where they know say they don't fall, that man or Tinubu don't fall their people or pick them. They look way to destroy or his own redeem, his own thing. So that is what thing they try to do. So that the name and some other thing now because of things are not going towards the way those people expect. So they want to stand up and do one thing or another to distract and make sure say they are around. So government should stand up and do something before something do.
Right. Thank you very much.
So that is it. No, make me as I am now. Me self, I'm talking. I'm not happy because some things. You get some things that I'm doing. I'm losing some things where I'm not supposed to lose.
Because of how the country is now. And it's affecting everybody.
It's affecting me. It affects my brain self. My brain is thinking, overthinking, running overthinking. When you overdo, when you go to overdo, me and my own me overthinking. Yeah. So government should do something. I beg, may you try do something. Jagaban do something. May you favor everybody.
Thank you very much. All right. Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome. I would like your thoughts on the punching where that says 30 killed in Benue fresh attack. Senate to meet Tinubu. This is not the first time, this is not the second time, and this is not even the last time. We are not sure it's the last time we would be hearing about killings in Benue State and other parts of the country.
My brother, I won't lie for you. This is not the first time. It will not be the last time. Because already the bandits, they are planning to take over this Benue State, which we know that Benue is the middle belt. But I don't think if Benue, even me, I'm imagining if Benue is an Hausa or they are not Hausa. This thing that they showed now, 30 killed. To me, it's more than 30.
Exactly. These ones are
these ones
confirmed by them.
Yeah, these ones are the ones that they confirm, the ones that they see. What of the ones that they have not seen? They are just writing 30 killed by a bandit. Who are the bandits? Even some of the indigenous that is living there too are the bandits.
Right? Somebody said something like that because those ones are giving information. Because how do they know when to come into these communities?
Because those ones are giving information, one, and also before something like this happened, could you imagine you will tell me that in that community there is no police, there is no army, even though you are a policeman and that moment you are not on duty, you must receive an alert. There was no security, even the security that is there, most of them are passing information to these particular people, and moreover, there is a Senate that is presenting that particular area. I think there was a man that said if they shoot gun more than a 30 minutes, know that Senate know about those things. Even the Senate, they know about those things. Before something like this occur, they will call the policemen and the soldiers that are there, they should move. That's why you see that all these people can be able to have hands to do whatever anything they want to do. To me, I don't really like what is going on because the thing is bringing down is continuously and also bringing down the leadership of the country. It's not good. Look, as a Nigerian, if you want to go out now, they will ask you, are you a Nigerian? Exactly. Once they say yes, they will be looking you on eye as if you are a terrorist, which is not good. The thing is affecting the incoming future, the incoming leaders. So my brother, please, I want the federal government to do something about this particular thing.
Exactly. Now I was discussing with somebody earlier on. He was saying that one of the reasons why this is happening is because of the hardship in the country. Some of these people want to feed themselves and they are not making money, so they want to indulge in evil plans to get this sort of. What do you have to say about that?
See, we know that there is hardship in the country. But one thing that I believe, so long as you have a hand, have a leg, and you know that you can also, what is the meaning of this? Taking the lives of these the innocent ones, and also taking the life of the one that is, we know that they are innocent. Some of them, they are enemy. You will use the opportunity to take the life of these people, which is not yet time for them to go. And most of the people you're taking their life, they are the future leaders and they have something to do. Please, I really want the federal government, please, even the state government, the local government, everybody to combine and do something about this particular.
And it looks like the federal government is not giving much attention to all these villages, these rural communities, like educating them, sensitizing them, and giving them opportunities to see ways to survive.
My brother, even though federal government are giving opportunity to these people, the rulers, the youth president, the Royal Highness, all those people don't let this thing to go around. That's why this thing is happening. Okay, could you imagine an ordinary councillor? Let me just say an ordinary councillor. Ordinary ward councillor. His son is outside the country. But once you give him money to do something, he will embezzle the money and give all the rulers and the other people maybe 10,000, 5,000. Before you know, the thing will not go around. Why federal government will say that they have given out the money? Who is only those things? That's why I see that this thing is continual process.
Exactly.
Please, I'm begging. I'm a youth too. I don't know how it will be, but I'm still begging. Please, let's put ourselves in order to make sure that this thing is okay.
All right, thank you very much. All right, this is where we draw our curtains for today. You've heard what has been discussed here so far. Please, if you have anything to add to it or you have a counter opinion, please don't hesitate to slide to our comment section and drop your comments. Like I said earlier, if you're yet to subscribe to our channel, please subscribe, turn on your notification button. Do help to connect with us also across all our social media platforms. This is to ensure that you stay updated. My name is Obed Jerry, your host for today, and this has been the newspaper review here on TAF TV. See you next time.